buddy from across the pond, England. You know England. You know the state of England, the place that buries America when it comes to heavy metal. That's right, I said it. The best metal bands come from England. Yeah, hell yeah. And my favorite band of all time, the Beatles, come from, I believe, Liverpool, which is part of England. I don't know. I'm no Beatles buff. Anyway, so he said, to put these albums together, it's optional if I can put it as suck versus suck or not. As you see, I put it as suck versus suck, and I'll explain why. So hold your horses, all right? Motley Crue's Generation Swine. Yeah, man, this shit sucks. Now this one right here, Kill Fuck Die. Yeah, I'll explain why it sucks, in my opinion. It's the sound of it's too industrial, man. It's them trying to reinvent themselves, but also it's like this cry of desperation trying to be more sick than Marilyn Manson, who was at the time big, and even when they did the tour, Blackie would decapitate a Marilyn Manson, doll and shit. But what makes it good, in my opinion, this right here. Double Live Assassin, right? That's the name of it, right? Yeah, Double Live Assassins. The versions of Kill Fuck Die on here are great. Much better than the record. So, yeah. It's got some good songs, I gotta say, but the industrial shit kind of bothers me. The music bothers me, nothing else. Alright? And you can't make the crappy songs on Generation Swine good. At least you can't make it good to me. This shit is garbage. Oh, and Josh also told me, look, they don't match up. Motley Crue's got 2 extra songs, which is Shout at the Devil 97 and Brandon. And he said, man, I mean, come on, that shit, even the silence would win. And I was like, hey, you got a good point there, Josh. So I am going to add both songs. But I'm going to add the ending of Horror, right? That's the last song on here, right? The Horror. You know when the horror ends and like it's completely gone? That little silence is about 2 seconds before the CD completely stops. I'm taking 1 second from each of those little silent things to put it against Shout at the Devil 97 and Brandon. All right, so let's do this, okay. By the way, I couldn't put the AI. That's why I had to actually bring this out. And it's fucked up because I told the AI people, you need to do this. I don't want people to know I own this crap. And they said, we're sorry. We're going to City Hall to protest the illegalization of meth and crack. They want to legalize it. Best luck to them. I hope they can. So they can be here all the time. Because crack and meth heads of all types, they don't hang around long. But they need money for, and their mouth are kind of, worn out. So they're tired of doing that. They'd rather do my AI than suck a cock. All right, let's start this. The first song, Find Myself versus Kill Fuck Die. I'm going to give that to Motley Crue. Kill Fuck Die is ridiculous. I don't know. Dun, 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 dun. You got Chris Holmes back in the band. Let's hear dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that noise. Find Myself ain't nothing to write home about, but it's all right. It's not the worst thing on here. Coming up. All right, next. Afraid versus Take My Addiction. Again, I don't care for Take My Addiction. I don't care for the sound. I don't mind Afraid. It's an okay tune. Another one from Motley Crue. Who would have thunk? And I like Kill Fuck Die way more than Generation Swine, even with its flaws. All right, next. Flush versus My Tortured Eyes. Definitely giving that one a W.A.S.P. Again, the industrial bothers me, but it's an alright tune. It's dark and killer. I dig it. Alright, next. Generation Swine versus Kill Ahead. I'm giving it a Kill Ahead because Generation Swine is so bad. Such a disgrace with the Jenner. Motley Crue was so delusional in '97. You know, because this is, you gotta remember, this is a band that pretty much out of the gate, starting with the second album, became so huge, multi-platinum, and then they reached the zenith of their luck, really, with Dr. Feelgood. Terrible album. I thought Girls, Girls, Girls wasn't that good, and Theater Pain I thought was half good. I like Theater Pain more than most people. Let me put it that way. But yeah, there's shit on there too. But then when they got Karabi and the shit didn't go platinum, it went gold, the band was like, oh fuck. You know? They were going to keep Karabi, but the record company said, you keep Karabi, you're gone. We're not going to promote this shit. So they thought, well, let's stop acting like we're musicians and we don't do it for the money, because that's how Motley Crue was. Well, really, Nikki Sixx in interviews would brag, and he would say stuff, oh, we don't want to play arenas anymore. Too glossy, that big stuff. We don't want to do that no more. Because they were forced to play smaller places with Karabi. So when they did Generation Swine, I mean, they were working on it with Karabi. I wonder if Karabi was like, what the fuck is this crap? You know, because it's horrible. Even Karabi can't say this shit. And let's get Vince back. So they get Vince back and they record this fucking mess of an album thinking that people were going to fucking like it. You know, and Tommy Lee was all over the news with Pamela Anderson, so they thought that helped. Didn't help at all. This album flopped. Alright. Next, Confessions versus Kill Your Pretty Face. You know, I actually don't mind Confessions. I know it's a weird, stupid, but I don't mind it. Compared to other stuff, I don't mind it. Kill Your Pretty Face wins though, man. That's badass. Kill your pretty face. I love it, man. Even the industrial shit don't bother me much on that song. Alright, next. Beauty versus Fetus. Fetus. And they both suck. Seriously. They both suck. Alright, now it's time to pick a random album, and let's go right here. I love this album. This, to me, after this, they never did an album this good since. I love 97, Rockville. They've had some good albums. But All Shook Up, to me, was the last great Cheap Trick album. And I used to think, I still think it's front-loaded, because the last 3 songs on here I don't think are as good as the songs that came before it. But Who the King's horrible. What Ends This Album is terrible. I'll never like that song. But anyway, an amazing album. All Shook Up by Cheap Trick, produced by George Martin from the Beatles. Alright. Next, Glitter versus Little Death. Oh, I got something funny to say about this one. Some picklist left me a comment. And he said, you like Glitter? I mean, God, you lost all credibility with me. Alright, let's analyze that for a second. I just lost all credibility to a stranger. I asked this question to everybody out there and that stranger that left a comment if you're watching this. Hopefully you're not, because fuck you. Oh, in case you are watching it, hopefully you are, because fuck you. Who gives a fuck about your fucking, what you find credible? You know? You're a jackass. You're a fucking idiot. You know? So, okay, I admit Glitter sucks, but I like songs that suck. You know? My credibility doesn't matter to anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you like my credibility, it's cool. I appreciate it. But, you know, it's because we're alike and we're cool. Or if you're somebody that looks at me and says, oh, you're not credible. You like Glitter. You're not credible as a human. Seriously. Your dad sucks, and you know your mother sucks cock right now. She's doing it to pay the rent and to pay for your hot pockets while you're down in the basement typing all this shit. Fucking credibility. Credibility, these nuts. All right, let's keep going. Oh, wait. I got one more thing to say about that guy that left that comment. Oh. Woo. Here, take a whiff of credibility. All right, let's continue. All right. Yeah, I give that to Glitter. Kiss my ass. All right, next. Anybody out there versus You. Anybody out there is fucking garbage. You is probably the best damn song on here. You fucking suck. God damn, that shit's wicked. It's hard, you know. That song does not qualify for suck on here at all, you know. It's a badass song and it's an easy win. All right, next. Let Us Pray versus Wicked Love. Wicked Love's whatever. Let Us Pray is the best damn song on here. That one sounds like I can hear Karabi sing this, you know, totally. And I love, I know it's not popular to say, but I'll say it. I love the way Vince sings this song. It's amazing. I love Vince Neil's voice, you know, in the studio and stuff. Like, his vocals on that Exposed album, fuck, he's a train wreck live. I'll admit that. He's fucking horrible live, but he's done some great recordings, in my opinion. The song Danger from Child of the Devil, get the fuck out of here. I love that shit. All right, next. Rocket Ship versus The Horror. Come on. The Horror wins. Rocket Ship, can you believe Nikki Sixx sings it too? It's like, does Nikki Sixx, you listen to that and you're like, God damn, this guy's so delusional. He's trying to sing a David Bowie song. Like, oh, look, I wrote a David Bowie song. And it's a blatant attempt of doing a Bowie song, but a really blatant, horrible attempt. The Horror wins. All right. There is a bonus track on Kill Fuck Die before we get into the two last tracks, which is called Tokyo's on Fire. And that's going against A Rat Like Me. Tokyo's on Fire does not sound like this album at all. It's like a rockin' tune. Sounds like W.A.S.P, you know? It wins, because A Rat Like Me, give me a break. All right. 1 Second of Silence is going against Shout 97. The winner is W.A.S.P. All right. Now the last song, Brandon. All right. I'm trying to think of worse songs. Like, the songs I think that are worse than Brandon is 1979 from Smashing Pumpkins, and I think that's it. I think there's only one song suckier than that. And that's going against 1 Second of Silence. 1 Second of Silence is better than 1979. So you know it's better than Brandon. All right, there you go, Josh. This is the final score. There you go. I expected Kill Fuck Die to win. But what do you all think of... My notebook just fell. What do you all think of those two crappy albums? Oh, wait. I know there's some of you that love it, too. I'm going to get comments, especially from W.A.S.P fans, saying how much they love Kill Fuck Die. And that's cool, brother. I would say sister, but no chicks think like that. Only dumb dudes. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Anyway, I love you all, man. I love you, Josh, man, from England. Great dude. And everybody out there. Thank you so much for watching. If you like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, mister. And ring that little notification bell, mister. And smack 'em a gob.
Warning.